This strategy can work with any budget on any social media platform, so it can be Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, and even Snapchat. But I want you to keep in mind two things before I reveal the secrets. Number one is that the higher daily ad spend that you have on your account, the faster you're going to collect the data, which will ultimately allow you to make the decisions moving forward. And number two is that this strategy has to be slightly adjusted depending on what platform you're advertising on. You want it to look native to the platform, so TikTok should look like TikToks. You basically need content that's going to hold the attention on that platform. All right, so there are two parts to this ad strategy. And right now I'm going to walk you through the first part, so make sure you're paying attention and take some notes. All right, so the first step is essentially taking your product right here and plugging it into your first campaign. Now all campaigns are set up the exact same on all social media platforms. It's campaign level, ad set level, and creative level. Hence the reason that this will work on any social media platform. And if you need help coming up with marketing angles and you're not good at ideation for e-com stuff in general, I highly recommend that you use Dropbot AI. All you have to do is plug in your product here in the generate section, plug in any additional information, and let's say you need some marketing angles, you click on the configure section or whatever branding elements that you need. Then you're going to hit generate, and then on the right side you can see your generations and you pick whichever ones that you like, copy and paste them, or if you don't like any of them, you just hit the regenerate button right here and it'll come up with a few more. Now the third step after you've established your marketing angles is to create 3 image ads under each of those marketing angles. So marketing angle 1 or ad set 1 will have 3 image ads underneath it that you need to create. Having 3 under each of these, or 9 creatives total, is going to help lower your cost per link click, your CPMs, and it's going to allow the social media platform to use that ad budget optimization and distribute the individual ad set budget to the 3 ad creatives however it feels. This is based on people's responses, feedback, and the quality of the ad. It's really going to help you down the line, but having 9 image ads may seem overwhelming. It's actually not even nearly as hard as having 9 video ads. And to create the image ads, you can use something like Canva or Figma. It's really easy and they're free. And if you're stuck on what to actually put in your image ads, just go on Facebook ad library and look up your competitors and see what image ads they're using right now. Take it as inspiration and put your own twist on it. And to do this, all you have to do is go on the Facebook ad library platform, and here we can type in SoloWave. Click search, and now you can see all of the current ads that they're running. So there's an example of an image ad right here. That's how easy it is to find your competitors' ads and take inspiration from it. It's super simple. So if you get stuck, rely on this and also rely on Dropbot to help with your ideation and copywriting. Now that we've got our campaign set up and ready to test, we need to talk about the budget. Most people will say that you need a really high budget to see results, but that's not really the case. Having a lower budget just means that you need to run the ads for longer. And a good rule of thumb for budgeting for a test like this is to run it to 3 to 5 times your average order value. So if you're selling a product for $50, you should be running this campaign anywhere from $150 to $250. That's a healthy amount to actually fully test out this product. For an example for this budget, which I would recommend, is $25 a day in ad sets. So you're not going to run a CBO, which is a campaign budget optimization, where it spreads out your money evenly between the ad sets and then down also to the image ads. At an ABO, each individual ad set or marketing angle is actually going to spend the full $25 every single day. So this campaign in total will run $75 a day. Now plugging in $25 on each ad set a day, you're going to want to run this campaign for about 3 days. And again, if you have a lower budget, and let's just say you want to do $5 an ad set a day, which would be a total daily spend of $15, you're going to want to run the campaign for at least 10 days to collect enough data. And this data is crucial to make educated decisions moving forward, which is part 2. So now we set up the campaign and we're running it for 3 days and letting whatever social media platform you're advertising on do its thing. You need to let the platforms optimize and find the correct audience, which is why you want to run it for at least 3 days at that budget. After 3 days, now we have our results. So now we're actually looking at a Facebook ad campaign to actually see what some of these results will look like and some things that you should be looking for when you're checking your metrics. After running it for 3 days, you're probably not going to get 212 website purchases, but you're going to get some sort of amount. This column obviously shows the results, 212 purchases. Reach is how many people have actually seen it, which is 1.1 million here. The frequency of 1.31, frequency means on average how many times has people seen this ad more than once. Your cost per result, which is obviously very important, $6.32. Your budget, daily budget, the total amount spent, total impressions, CPMs or cost per 1,000 impressions. This is actually how most social media platforms will bill you. So this one is actually very, very cheap. It's 86 cents for 1,000 impressions. And then you're going to get your link clicks, cost per link click, click-through rate, and all that stuff. Some metrics to compare the other image ads against each other in the beginning that are important would be CPMs, cost per link click, and obviously cost per purchase. Now I get people asking me all the time, how important are CPMs? How low should I get them? How important are cost per link click? And the answer is that it really depends. If you're selling a product that's $500, you're probably going to get a higher CPM CPM, you're probably going to get a higher cost per link click, and you're probably going to get a lower conversion rate. This is just due to the nature of the price of the product. Or another example is if you're selling a fly fishing rod, there's only so many people in the world that are interested in that specific sport. Therefore, your CPMs would actually cost more, your cost per link click would probably cost more, but your conversion rate might be really high and you'd still be profitable. So I wouldn't pay attention too much about what your CPMs are. Or in comparison, if you're selling a skincare product, which a lot of people are interested in, your CPMs are probably going to be lower. All in all, there's no certain metric that you need to hit. You can look up your niche's specifics on what CPMs you should be hitting and what kind of cost per link click you could expect to get. But the point of this test is to actually compare the creatives against each other. And the reason is, after you finish running this campaign, we want to take the top 2 image ads and convert them into video. Now, if you're actually making sales on these top 2 image ads, I would leave them running and turn off all of the other ads. And even if you haven't achieved a sale yet, I would still let them run for another 2 days and give them a little bit more of that ad set spend. Now, like I said earlier, we're going to take the best 2 performing image ads and the marketing angles that they represent, and we're going to turn them into videos. This could be anything from GIFs, UGC content, which I do recommend, product demos, or dropshipping typical style videos. It really depends on what platform you're advertising on. If you're advertising on TikTok, make sure that they look like TikToks. You'll probably want to use UGC content. But if it's on Facebook specifically, you can probably get away with an image ad. But if it's, say, on YouTube or Facebook, maybe you can do a product demo and that would actually fly on that platform. Now, going back to the example here, you're taking these 2 winning ads and you're moving them into making videos out of them. What's really important here is to identify which marketing angles worked. So let's say marketing angle 1 over here worked, and that was the winning ad that we had, and marketing angle 3 worked, and that was the winning ad that we had. Before we actually run and create these video ads, you want to go back to your website and optimize it for these marketing angles. And how you can do that is actually take the product on your Shopify store, make a duplication of that product page. So now you have 2 different links to 2 different product pages, but it leads to the same product that you're selling. And then you can optimize each link and landing page to represent those marketing angles even better. So for example, I think ad set 1, our marketing angle was about acne. You're going to create an entire new landing page for acne specifically. All the product descriptions, everything in the page is going to represent how this product solves your problem, which is acne. Having these dedicated landing pages per marketing angle is really going to help with your conversion rate. It's going to give this product a full fair test. During this time, you're also going to want to set up email marketing flows representative of whatever marketing angle is that one. So again, if it's the acne one and people are signing up but they're abandoning the cart, you're going to set up an email marketing flow. You can do this on Klaviyo, you can do this directly on Shopify email marketing, but that abandoned cart email and flow should now represent acne and how they need this product to help them with their acne. Both of these optimizations of the email marketing and your website are really going to help you give it a full fair test and also help with your conversion rates. Now, once you set all of that up, it's now time to make the video ads. This is the second part of the strategy. Here we're going to be running the video ads that are new and also still running those image ads if they're doing well still. Now you can see here, we're moving down to the scaling campaign. We're going to have the 2 ad sets, which were the 2 winning marketing angles. Now we're going to have the video ad. You're also going to throw in your winning image ad in there and then another video ad on top of that with a different creative, maybe a different hook. Same thing for the second winning ad from before. We're going to have a second ad set, the winning image ad, 2 new video ads with different hooks and creatives. Now at the campaign level, we talked about earlier how there's a CBO and an ABO, which is a campaign budget optimization and an ad set budget optimization. Again, the ABO allocates a certain amount of spend per ad set and it'll trickle down into the creatives. A CBO will actually be a total ad spend at the campaign level and it'll distribute it between the ad sets and trickle down to the ad creatives. From here, you can do 2 options. You can run with the ABO still and have a dedicated amount per ad set, essentially giving a fair spend amount per marketing angle, or you can do a CBO, which would distribute them however Facebook feels fit, or whatever social platform that you're using. Now, there's mixed opinions on which one you should be running at this point. I personally like to dedicate a certain amount of spend per ad set / marketing angle. I think it's more efficient and more of a full fair test, but some people really like to do a CBO or a campaign budget optimization at this level. But to me, I would recommend an ABO still, just because I don't want Facebook making decisions on these marketing angles just yet and having to fight between the 2. I'd rather get a full fair test on both separate marketing angles that are the winners from last campaign that we ran. Now the budget remains the same. You're going to want to do anywhere from $25 a day per ad set all the way up to $50 if you're feeling that you have that budget available. You're going to run this test again for another 3 days, and a reminder is that you're not going to change any of the other variables. You're not going to change the age demographics, you're not going to change the countries that you're targeting, none of that. All of that's going to remain the same from the first test. That way we're still isolating the best creatives and the best angles. Now after running this for 3 days, you're going to look at your results and hopefully you start generating some sales. If you have 0 sales after all of this, you're going to need to check the metrics to see if they look okay, the click-through rate's high enough, the cost per link click is low enough for your respective industry. You're probably going to want to check that quality of the ad creatives. It's very, very important to have high quality ads ads. Don't just throw them together in like 2 minutes. At this point, a lot can really be going wrong if you're not making any sales. It could be the product, the marketing angles, the website. There's so many different things, but at least now you know that you gave it a fair, full test. And if you now are profitable, that's fantastic. Whichever angle performed the best and ad creatives perform the best, isolate them, duplicate them, and bring them into a new campaign to scale your ads. All you have to do for that is just duplicate it, turn off everything else but that one that was performing the best, increase the budget to whatever amount that you want, and run it. And as a reminder, if you're profitable on all these things, you're scaling up well, you still want to be A/B testing against the original ad test that you've done, because you can always find one that's more profitable, and you never know when your ad's going to get fatigued. This strategy is how I took one of my stores from breaking even for 3.5 months to the next full month after that making a net $17,000 profit. Once you've completed this full fair test, hopefully you have some results. If you don't, keep repeating this process. And even if you do have results, the point is to keep repeating this process. You can always make more money, you can always test new products, new angles, you can always be more profitable. It's very important to always A/B test. All right guys, there you have it. That's the strategy that generated me millions and hundreds of thousands.